there are a few important and scientifically proven principles for making love work. In this video, I'm going to talk about the 5 key lessons from attachment, what's also called the signs of love, and how can you apply them to your relationship. So hi, my name is Gal, and together with my wife, we're relationship experts and founders of Love Made Simple. Now, if you want a relationship that is passionate and fulfilling, then make sure to subscribe to our channel so you get weekly videos with inspiration as well as practical advice of how to make love really truly amazing. Now, today we have a lot of information based on science about what makes love work, and this is based on what's called attachment theory. Now, if you're new to this, then attachment theory started almost a century ago when people were investigating what do young babies and kids need in order to thrive in life. So what do they need in order to feel more healthy both emotionally and physically? And they found that there are certain key principles, and that if you get them, you feel more healthy in life, and if you don't, you create patterns that actually affect you for the rest of your life. Now, in the recent 30 years, they also found out that some of the same principles apply to a romantic relationship. And here I'm going to talk about the 5 most important things that you need to know about it. So principle number 1 is that secure love is a biological need. Now let me break down it for you. First, secure love. All of us wants to feel loved, wants to feel close, want to feel special and important to someone. And we also want to feel secure. We want to feel that our partner is there for us, we can count on them, and they're going to be there for us for the long run. Now this is actually a biological need. What that means is that it's not just a nice to have. It's actually something that is encoded to us, and we're really yearning and wanting that. So for example, they've done research on couples who've been together for a while and have a happy relationship. And what they found is that, one, those people are more happy overall in their life, like it affects all of your areas of your life. The second thing they find is even more interesting is that they're actually more healthy. So they have less health issues. Because when we get this is a biological need. So when we get love in the way that we need it, we actually thrive more in life and we're more healthy. The second principle is that when you get frustrated or angry with your partner, it's actually because you care. So if secure love is a biological need, then when your partner, that is an important figure in your life, what we call an attachment figures, does something that doesn't work for you, it actually creates a certain panic inside, a certain negative response that's very, very powerful, way more than anyone else, your friends, coworkers, or anyone else in your life. And so when you're frustrated or angry, most people start to think, maybe this is not the right relationship for me. Maybe we're not working with each other. But actually it means I want something from you. You're important to me. I love you. And that's why I'm frustrated. Now, another way to say that is that criticism in relationship is actually a request for connection. So when your partner says something negative about you, they're actually saying to you, I want something from you. I want you to respond to me in a certain way. That will make me feel really loved, and that's really important to me. So underneath that, it's actually a request for connection. The third principle is that each one of us tend to have certain templates that we bring into a relationship. And those templates come from our history. So the environment you grew up in, your parents, your caregivers, or your culture, or any kind of environment that you're in, actually affected the templates that you create in a relationship. Let me ask you this, for example. In your family growing up, how did people show love and affection? Did they say, I love you, and use a lot of verbal affirmations like that? Did they give a lot of hugs and kisses? Or did they show love by doing something for you, for example? This might create a template from which you later on in life show love in the same way. Or let me ask you another thing. How did your family or your parents or your caregivers show emotion? Was it okay to show emotion? Were they showing vulnerability? Were they showing mostly anger? Was it very hard to know what they're feeling? And what did they do around conflict or arguments? Is it okay to raise your voice? Did you fight a lot? Were they fighting a lot? Did they actually make up? Or did you just sweep down the rug? All of those things will create templates that you bring into a relationship. Now, what happens in a relationship is that two people bring their own templates, and then sometimes there are a lot of mismatches in those templates. It's actually very common. So when your partner does something that frustrates you or hurts you, it's very easy to take it personally. But really what it means is that they have their own templates about how to be in love or how to do things in life, and you have your own, and those templates don't match. So instead, you can just wonder about what your templates are and what their templates, and then you'll be able to have a better conversation. Now, before I go into the fourth principles, I'd like to invite you to leave me in the comments a note about how is it that you show love to your partner? What's your main way of showing love? Now, principle number 4 is that each one of us tend to have a certain relationship style. It's called attachment style. So I already said that there are certain templates from which we show love or which we come into relationship. Those templates tend to fall on one of the 4 attachment styles. I'm going to go into that briefly here, but if you want to learn more about it, I'm going to link it to a special video in which I go into all of this in much more details. So for example, one attachment style is avoidant attachment style. What it means is that your own private time and your own space for yourself is very important to you. So sometimes you tend to look at your partner as like they're too needy or they're too intrusive in some way. Another attachment style is the anxious attachment style, which means that you actually really prioritize care and love and connection with your partner, and you can tend to more easily feel rejected or feel that your partner doesn't care about you. A third attachment style is called disorganized attachment, which is more about safety. It means that you might not feel safe in a relationship, and so then you oscillate between sometimes wanting closeness and sometimes pushing your partner away. Now the fourth attachment style, called secure, is more of the healthy styles. This is where we want to be. Now it doesn't mean that you don't fall into one of the other attachment styles under a certain situation of stress, but it doesn't mean that you have a certain more balance inside of yourself and you tend to come back to feeling more grounded and more open towards relationship. Now the fifth principle is that all of us search for signs that our partner cares about us all the time. Here's what I mean by that. If we already know that secure love is a biological need, then what happens inside of all of us is that there's a certain part in the back of our brain that's always asking, do you care about me? Do you love me? Are you there for me? And this is true even if you've been together for 20 or 30 years. Something in us is always looking to feel close to our partner and is always searching and scanning to see, how are we doing? Are we close? Is everything okay? And so what's important to take from this is that it's important for you and your partner to always show love and affection on a daily basis. So give hugs or kisses or talk to each other, do something on a daily basis. Otherwise, what happens is we close ourselves off. We build walls with one another. So based on this attachment research, together with our experience of working with thousands of individuals and couples on creating thriving relationship, we actually created a very simple tool called the 4 Relationship Desires. This is designed to actually help you find out what is it that you're looking for in relationship and what is your partner looking for and how to give it to each other. And this is a very short quiz. It only takes a minute or 2 to complete and you'll find out a lot of information about yourself. So I'm going to link to that in the description below and I hope you take it. Now, if you like this video, please make sure to subscribe to this channel and also follow us on Instagram or Facebook so you'll get more information on a daily basis. Thank you.